Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see on the left side I will have a full 6x12. This photo is actually a 6x9 print that I had done through MPix. So generally I do a 6x8, but MPix doesn't do that. They do a 6x9, and because I wanted a full 12 inches top to bottom, it actually works well for me that it's 6x9, so that's okay. And then over on the right side, I have another 6x12, but I have the more traditional pocket style. So I've got a 4x6 and then a bunch of 3x4s. And really the only pocket I have to worry about a whole lot is this one. I don't have a card there, so I need that. And the rest is just embellishing. When I look at this side though, I do think maybe I want some kind of a gold background because all of these frames are in gold. And I know I have some specialty paper, like some vellum and maybe acetate that has gold foiling on it. I just don't remember exactly what it looks like and what I have. It's not something I use a lot, so I need to pull out that bin and just see what I have in there. So when I pulled out my bin of specialty papers, I found several pieces that are 6x12 that might work for over here. They all have patterns that are pretty bold though, so I'm not sure. I was hoping maybe for like a small diagonal stripe or you know, something like that. And I have that, but it's all in silver, or there was one that actually was a little dotted pattern that was more like a copper. That's not what I was going for. I really was hoping more for gold, but we'll see. So my first one is this one, and I like it because it's got a floral pattern and pretty much there is plant life in all of these paintings that are on here. But I'm just not crazy about the background when I see it with the photo. Yes, you know, I could put washi or strips of paper to sort of have a barrier between the photo and the paper, but it's still pretty bold. So then I have this one, which has silver and gold, which I'm not opposed to, I guess, because the silver, you know, it kind of works with what's happening in the ceiling here, but it covers up a lot of the gold in order to use that photo on there. And I think I like this one better than this first option, but still not 100% in love with it, but it's a little more subtle, I think, than the other one, but still has that floral kind of leafy feel to it. Now this third one, it's very bold and very bright, but I love the colors in it. So I'm not willing to say, no, I'm not going to use it because I just love it so much. Look at that. I mean, that is a gorgeous piece of paper. And I love that it has a very similar, you know, lavender in here. The problem is, I think it's too much. I think it almost like outshines what's over here, and I'm not sure I want that. Again, I could do a little barrier and see if that helps, but I don't know. It feels very, very bold, and that's not to say I can't make a bold choice. It's just my first instinct is kind of like, ooh, is it too much? Which makes me think that it probably is. So I decided to cut some strips just to see how I felt about it. And I took just this, it's actually slightly off-white. It's not a true white. I took this paper. It also has some speckles in it. I'm not sure if the camera is showing that very well, but there are just little speckles in the paper. I figured that was better than just a stark white. So I cut those just into 1/4 inch strips. I do like it better when I see it like that. It's not as in your face, I feel like. So I may end up using this because really, what am I doing hoarding it? It's just sitting around then not getting used. That's not good. If I have this beautiful paper, I want to use it. So I figure if not here and for this layout, then when? So I think maybe I'm going to end up using that. When I was looking at this, I realized that I had another photo that I had considered using here and then pulled it. Now I'm wondering if I should switch back because this is the other one. The background was a little bit lighter. The color and the lighting, I think, was better. There's quite a bit of shadow here. And it's a winter scene, so there's a lot of white happening. It kind of works with this white barrier there. I'm also thinking if I wanted to, I could switch these around, put a card here if it ends up having a white background, because then the white is spaced out a little better. So I have options, but I think maybe I'm going to switch back to the original photo that I picked. I think I have found a card for here, and it's so not what I thought. I thought I'd be doing like a white background with something on it, but oh no, I went bold again. I'm thinking about this one, and it's mostly because of the saying. I mean, I love the color, and the color is in there, so that works. But I love the saying, go where you feel most alive. And I love that because when I am looking at art like this that speaks to me, it does make me feel alive. That's why I go there. That's why I do it. So I feel like it's very appropriate. Now, it is very dark. It's very bold. So I'm going to have to offset that somehow. So I'm thinking I need to work in this color and some white probably around here with some other things. Maybe even this kind of coral color here, corally orange color, just to break it up a little bit. There's a lot of purple happening here, and I love purple, but it's a lot. Then you add in this, it can be overpowering. So I just want to make sure that I have a good color balance across both sides. I went into my bag of ephemera that's all yellow and orange, and included in there is coral, because it's kind of orange but not. There's a little pink to it. My pink and red items are in a separate place, and so it feels like they belong in here. But I found 3 things, very different shades that might work. I like this one. It's not a perfect match, but it is close. But I like that it says favorite, because the Impressionists are my favorite, and there were some beautiful works of art here. So I have that. I also have just this circle that has a nice little pattern and solid. I could overlap it in multiple places and then maybe stamp up here to bring in something else if I wanted. But then I also have this one that just says it was great, and it feels like the right color scheme. I mean, this part is lighter, but the font is really close. It's a good match to this, and I could do that up there. I think of the 3, these 2 are what I prefer as opposed to this, because it's pattern and pattern. It's a little busy. So I think it's going to be one of these 2, and it will probably go up top here. That leaves me room to do something at the bottom if I want, or not, because there is empty space. I could do something, but if it feels overwhelming, maybe I won't. I think I have figured out how to place these 2 things that I really like. I'm going to use them both. I'm going to put this one up here and let it hang off the card a little bit. It brings in nice color to this side, which I think it needs. I still get to use this one though. Have it down here, so these aren't very close to each other, which is good. But then I feel like I do need a visual triangle. Like maybe I need something up here, and I'm not sure if that should be just like a heart or a star or an asterisk or another piece of ephemera that I don't have in here. I could pick a different color if I wanted. So I think I'm going to adhere these, and then I'll figure out that last bit. I have 2 items I have found that might work up here. This one is quite small, and it says tourist mode. It's got the right blue. It's pretty close to that. The font that's on there is it's olive green, which, I mean, there is some green in here, so I think I could get away with it. It's not exact what's happening, but sometimes you need a little contrast, you know? So I have that, but then I have this, which looks like a freaking museum, and it's the right blue. The only problem is it's busy, and I feel like, does that blend into that background too much? I don't want to just do it like this. Then I think it really does. But if I overlap on the white, I feel like it's not quite so much that way. But I'm just torn, like, is it too much to use with the rest of this? It's definitely busier than if I just do that one. So, decisions. I hate it when I find things that I really, really like equally, and I have to try to figure out, like, which one am I going to eliminate to pull this all together. All right, there you have it. I went with a small one. I just felt like this one was really too big and out of place, so I didn't use it. And you know what? I'll save it. Hopefully I can use it for something else. But now this one is complete, and I'm very happy with the way it looks. So here is another one finished for Lille, France. Thanks for watching.